Sometimes, the biggest mistake a YouTuber can make is trying to become someone they're not. And on YouTube, no one represents that problem better than the countless creators who tried to become the next MrBeast. Over the past 5 years, Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, has completely reshaped the platform. His mix of massive giveaways,
I'm going to be giving my 40 millionth subscriber all 40 of these cars,
absurd challenges,
that was surprisingly close,
and high-stakes programming turned him into the most-watched creator in the world. But with his success came a wave of imitators, channels desperate to replicate his formula, yet failing to realize that MrBeast's empire was built on more than just throwing money at the screen. And when these copycats tried to mimic his videos without the same resources, patience, or originality, their careers collapsed in front of millions of viewers. In today's video, we'll be exploring the untold tragedy of MrBeast's worst copycats ever, and how copying MrBeast has destroyed YouTubers' reputations, bank accounts, and their entire legacies. Beginning with the story of Morgs, a creator who built his empire on being YouTube's most obvious clone. At first, Morgs was just another UK gaming YouTuber, but when he noticed the rapid rise of challenge-based content, he abandoned gaming and shifted into loud, over-the-top stunt videos that look nearly identical to MrBeast's growing empire. Titles like Last to Leave wins $10,000,
spend the next 24 hours in the desert.
Last to leave the desert island wins $10,000.
were designed to ride the same algorithm wave that made MrBeast explode. But there was a problem. Morgs' videos didn't have the same heart or the same budget. Instead of thoughtful challenges with a focus on pacing and spectacle, Morgs leaned into exaggerated acting, screaming reactions, and fake stakes. It became a parody of what MrBeast was doing, except it wasn't meant to be funny. However, this strategy seemed to make his content go viral, but for all the wrong reasons. 1 year later, his reputation quickly collapsed under constant criticism that his videos were cheap knockoffs. Instead of being celebrated as a YouTube pioneer, Morgs became a meme, someone audiences watched ironically, not seriously. By 2021, Morgs had to announce a complete break from YouTube, claiming burnout. But in reality, his downfall came from chasing a style that wasn't his own.
Someone tell me what the deal with Morgs is. I know that he's annoying.
I can't see anyone over the age of 12 watching more.
How can anyone sit through this?
It's true, guys. I'm leaving YouTube. I just want to be myself again.
A guy on Morgs posts his video saying he's leaving YouTube.
Famous YouTuber Morgs is quitting YouTube.
He's gonna be stepping down from YouTube.
We're gonna see the real Morgs, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that turns up.
Hello, guys. MrBeast here.
He admitted it. That's it. Exposed.
Morgs may have been the first MrBeast clone, but he wouldn't be the last, because soon, much bigger channels would try the exact same formula, and we lose everything in the process. While Morgs' downfall came from obvious imitation, the Stokes twins represent something far darker. What happens when copying MrBeast's high-stakes production leads you to blur the line between entertainment and reality?
Believe this car gets to keep it. Oh. Today, we're doing a 24-hour last to leave Tesla wins $10,000.
Alex and Alan Stokes built their brand on glossy, high-energy content, flashy challenges, over-the-top stunts, and fast-paced edits designed to hook short attention spans. In many ways, they were the perfect candidates to replicate MrBeast's format. They had the looks, the audience, and the ambition. But what they didn't have was the discipline. MrBeast's challenges, no matter how absurd, were meticulously planned. There were always contracts, lawyers, safety measures, and a system behind the chaos. The Stokes twins, on the other hand, tried to achieve the same spectacle without that level of structure, leaning instead into shock value. And in 2020, it finally caught up with them. The twins staged a bank robbery prank, running around in ski masks and shouting for a getaway Uber. The idea was straight out of the MrBeast playbook, a large-scale, real-world stunt designed to go viral. But unlike MrBeast, who spent millions securing permits and staff for his experiments, the Stokes twins cut corners. By choosing to blur reality with fiction, they sparked panic among bystanders, leading police to swarm the scene and threaten lethal force. It was a moment that revealed the dangerous truth about MrBeast copycats. When you don't have the resources or structure to pull it off, imitation doesn't just look cheap, it becomes reckless.
I just get out of an Uber a minute ago.
A squad of cops showed up, and when they realized it was all a prank, they were not amused.
What do you think people are going to do? Right? And you're lucky you didn't get any guns drawn at you. You're absolutely lucky you didn't get any guns drawn at you.
We spoke to Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer.
If you're engaging in criminal activity in order to increase your ratings or increase your sensationalism on YouTube, and you cross the line and violate the law, you're going to be prosecuted.
The fallout was immediate. The Stokes twins were charged with false imprisonment and faced up to 5 years in prison. Their brand, once celebrated for lighthearted fun, was suddenly tied to criminality. They were no longer the next Mr. Beast. They were YouTubers who had gone too far, trying to play his game. And perhaps the strangest part is that the stunt worked in one sense. It went viral. Millions of people saw it, but instead of admiration, it fueled distrust. The Stokes twins had revealed what happens when creators chase spectacle for its own sake. When you want Mr. Beast numbers, but without Mr. Beast's patience.
Oh, hell no! That's hell no!
While they eventually avoided prison time and continued uploading, their reputation never fully recovered. They'd become a case study of how trying to replicate someone else's formula doesn't just backfire, it can permanently stain your career. But the Stokes twins weren't the only ones. Because even creators with millions in revenue and corporate sponsorships learned the hard way that trying to outspend Mr. Beast can destroy you financially. While that story belongs to ZHC, also well known as the creator, who tried to burn money like Mr. Beast, only to find out that sometimes giveaways are the fastest way to destroy your channel. On the surface, ZHC's content was original enough. His identity was tied to customizing expensive items with flashy artwork, painting iPhones, Xboxes, even Teslas. It was unique branding, but the strategy behind it was almost identical to Mr. Beast's. Spend ridiculous amounts of money, give it away, and hope the spectacle drives enough traffic to make the money back. And for a while, it worked. ZHC exploded in popularity, racking up millions of subscribers and sponsorships. But there was always a flaw built into the system. What viewers didn't realize was that the giveaways were creating not for the creator, but for the audience. Every new upload had to be bigger than the last. A painted iPhone stopped being impressive once you'd already seen a painted Tesla. And the higher the stakes climbed, the more unsustainable the formula became. This is where ZHC's story diverges from Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast had an entire infrastructure designed to handle exponential growth, his own merchandise empire, restaurant chains, and international sponsorship deals. ZHC didn't. He was trying to copy the money burn format with nothing but ad revenue and limited brand deals. The result was subtle but devastating. His viewership began to shrink as the novelty wore off, and his uploads became less consistent. What started as a unique twist on the Mr. Beast model became a financial treadmill, constantly running but never moving forward. And the most ironic part, ZHC's most viral videos weren't even his giveaways. They were his simpler, art-focused videos where the spectacle wasn't tied to how much money he could throw away. In other words, by trying to copy Mr. Beast's high-budget arms race, ZHC nearly drowned out the very thing that made his channel unique in the first place. It's a reminder that on YouTube, copying Mr. Beast isn't just a branding risk, it can be a financial trap. Because unless you have his level of resources, connections, and infrastructure, the game you're playing is designed to make you lose. But while ZHC's downfall came from trying to outspend Mr. Beast, another creator tried to outlast him through sheer persistence, and nearly lost everything in the process. Rounding up with Eric, well known as the second Mr. Beast. On the surface, Eric's rise is often portrayed as inspirational, a creator who sold everything, lived in his car, and posted ambitious challenge videos until YouTube finally rewarded him. But beneath that narrative lies a far more dangerous reality. Eric was essentially gambling his life away, betting every last dollar on the idea that if he just imitated Mr. Beast's persistence, the algorithm would eventually crown him the next big thing.